Just in case you are one who hadn't thought about this yet, I am bringing this to your attention today. Life is energy. The universe is energy of all kinds, and we are part of that. Moreover, without energy, there is no life. Could it be that we are all one and we are connected to each other through the forces of the universe? We do not have to be scientists, neither do we need sophisticated instruments to feel and experiment it. It can happen through meditation and contemplation. My journey of trying to understand the universe and myself started when I was about 8 years old. But it isn't until later in life that I discover my place in the universe. Why is it so important to know and acknowledge that? Do you know someone dealing with depression? Someone who committed suicide? Or contemplated the idea of committing suicide? Someone dealing with some type of addiction and can't get over it? Someone who is miserably stuck in a place for years and doesn't know how to get out of it? I know at least a few. There was a time I stopped enjoying life. I was here in this body living life as a routine with no sense of growth. Everything I was doing, eating, bathing, working, caring for my family, even going to church was just a habit. Life was kind of meaningless. Sad, I know. Worse, nobody knew that. It is interesting how we can be someone from the inside and another person from the outside. We can put a smile on our faces, acting like everything is okay, saying I'm fine all the time, and be broken from the inside. I was in that place day after day after day, until one day a tragic event happened to me and my life was going to take a different turn. Then I was even more disconnected, lost, confused. All I wanted for a while was to know who I was and how I get to that place. Strange place to be. And I couldn't even explain it to my friends and my families. I didn't think they would understand or whether they would believe I was talking about something real. Surprisingly, I opened up to a complete stranger who inspired me the trust that I would be understood. That's how I got my voice back. This is the power of mentoring. It was getting even better. Just like a miracle, one day I had an out-of-body experience. When I came back to reality, I was full of energy. A sort of light was shining on me from inside out. I felt a joy and started to become enthusiastic and excited about life again, just like when I was a little girl, filled with wonder. I said earlier that my journey of understanding the universe started when I was 8. Let me go back to that. One fine evening, after we ate dinner, I was playing outside. Then I happened to look up and my eyes reached the blue sky behind the clouds moving away. It was so beautiful. I lied down by the bushes where I was and kept staring at it. As I was contemplating, my mind started to wander, and it kept on going and going. I questioned myself, how was everything before the sky and the earth and us? In a swift movement, I got up and went to my mom. "Mom," I said, "I know before you there were my grandmother, and before her was my great-grandmother. But what was before the sky and the earth?" She answered, "Before the sky and the earth was God." "Okay," I said, "but what was before God?" She removed her wedding ring, showed it to me, and said, "God is like this. He has no beginning, no end. He has always been." That was a pretty good lesson for someone who had never been to school. Well, I didn't know at that age that she had never been to school. "Yeah," I said, a bit agitated. "But how did it fit in the nothing?" At that point, Mom leaned towards me and said, "Go play, little girl. If you keep on asking those questions, you will lose your mind." So I went to play. I know she was right because I was having a headache. But a few days later, if it wasn't the next day, my mind went back to the same place. I knew though not to go bother her. Interestingly, one of my daughters and I had the same interaction when she was 8. Strange, isn't it? The search for my connection to the universe didn't stop there. As life went on, I got busy with school, and more school. Then I got married and had children, and the hardship that came with that. I had other priorities and lost the sense of wonder and contemplation. But it came back after my crisis in 2010, when my marriage ended. I was 40. The need for searching who I was then captured me again. But this time my sense of contemplation got deeper. I went from someone who was lost and confused to someone who would spend hours in contemplation and meditation. I started to get in touch with the nature surrounding me. The trees and the creeks were alive to me again, just like when I was a little girl. I started to like jogging, running. Even my theology had been reframed. I read Genesis 1 verse 1 like this: "In the beginning was energy." I kept on having those out-of-body experiences when I don't even look for them. Understanding that life is energy made me want to live my life a different way. I believe that too many of us that care for others' lives take ours for granted. I needed to stop that and think of my life as a precious gift. Energy is asset. Like any kind of treasure that one can have, I must store enough of it for my own need. I must use it appropriately. I must see energy as investment and invest in what matters. We are here to live a good life. Not necessarily an easy life, but a good life. When things are not going well, we must find ways to rearrange the pieces to put the puzzle back together. Hope this video empowered you and encouraged you to stand every day to live a good life.